Hello students, good morning. I am N.K.Jha from APS. Today we shall discuss the topic, the poem Fire and Ice, which is composed by American poet Robert Frost. Before this class, we have studied Dust of Snow, which is also composed by Robert Frost. And before Dust of Snow, we have discussed a story, A Letter to God. I think we have no any problem to understand the explanation of A Letter to God and Dust of Snow, and what is the feeling of Robert Frost and A Letter to God writers we have understood. But today we shall discuss about fire and ice. So some instructions we shall have to follow, and how Robert Frost is expressing his views in front of you. There are many ideas about how the world will end. मतलब लोगों का विचारधारा, बहुत सारा आइडियाज है कि पृथ्वी किस तरह से समाप्त हो जाएगी. सो देर आर मैनी आइडियाज अबाउट हाउ द वर्ल्ड विल एंड. Robert Frost point out two destructive forces, that is fire and ice. He wants to express his views, he wants to point out two destructive forces, that is fire and ice. This is the name of the topic. That may cause an end to the world. That may cause an end to the world. Everything will be finished, everything will be end, and the world would come to an end someday. What is the reason behind it? The reason is that the cause may be a war or a natural calamity, that means disaster. And maybe the sun is the main, you know that the sun is the main sources of energy, and its life on the earth. If the sun got so hot that it burst, or the life on the earth would come to an end. This is very, very serious and very, very important message by Robert Frost. Wanted to give the message to the students of class 10 according to this poem. So let us discuss about the beginning of this poem, what the poet wants to tell. So firstly I want to tell you, you will have to remember the word meaning of this poem. Two word meaning is given. Number one is perish, it means die, and number two suffice, it means be sufficient. It's very, very important, because through that you will get a lot of knowledge and ideas and thought about Robert Frost and how he wanted to give the message about the student of class 10 according to the poem. So let us begin. Some say the world will end in fire. This is the thought of the people, and some people wants to tell वन डे द वर्ल्ड विल फिनिश इन फायर, मतलब एक दिन पृथ्वी जो है सो आग में खत्म हो जाएगी. बट ऑन द अदर हैंड मीन्स दूसरी ओर. बट द अदर हैंड, some people say the world will end in ice. बट दूसरी तरफ कुछ लोगों का मानना है कि पृथ्वी जो है सो बर्फ में एक दिन समाप्त हो जाएगी. These are the two contradiction to conditions which is created by Robert Frost. The two sides, two thoughts was expressed by Robert Frost. Some people say the world will end in fire, and some people say the world will end in ice. Okay, from what I have tested of desire, I have a lot of experience, and what our desire wants, I hold. According to my experience, I want to favor those people, one who supports the world will end in fire. रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट टेल्स, ये कहते हैं कि मेरी समझ से अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, अकॉर्डिंग टू माई एक्सपीरियंस, वन डे द वर्ल्ड विल एंड इन फायर. सो आई एम सपोर्टिंग अकॉर्डिंग टू माई एक्सपीरियंस, अकॉर्डिंग टू माई डिजायर, वन हु फेवर द फायर. I am with him. It may be true. So, the great thought expressed by Robert Frost, the earth will end one day. World will end one day. Okay, but if it had to perish twice, यदि इन्हें 2 बार मरना है, कि किनको, वर्ल्ड को, आई थिंक आई नो एनफ ऑफ इट टू से दैट फॉर डिस्ट्रक्शन आइस इज ऑल्सो ग्रेट एंड वुड सफाइस. Suffice means to sufficient. Suffice means to sufficient. But today we have to understand the meaning, the real meaning, the accurate meaning of the first stanza, what it means, what the real meaning of it. Only some say that means it indicates the people of the world. This is the great thing you have to understand. This is the word which refers to the people of the world. And on the other hand, some say, and this refers to also the people of the world, and according to poet, what his ideas about the world will end with fire or with ice. But finally he considered the world will finish, world will end in fire, because he is supporting and giving the message through the first stanza. It's true, it's fact, but it is not true. According to your thought, you will have to think yourself. The people of the world is keeping their views in two parts. The first part is fire and second part is ice. The first part, very very important, which is supported by, which is favored by Robert Frost. What was the reason behind it and which kind of logic is working behind it, you will have to think about through stanza number 1. Because fire and ice, these are the two destructive forces, and with two destructive forces, the world will end. So it's sufficient or not, you will have to understand, and you shall try to understand, and you shall have to think about how it is easy to finish the world in one day in fire. If it is not sufficient according to your thought, then you will have to express your view. If you are supporting the first stanza, that means you are also supporting the poet, you are also supporting the thought of the poet. It's so important, and try to understand, because this line is these lines are very very important for class 10, and maybe the question will be held in examination, and you will have to attempt. So very very important, and I want to give you some work from Dust of Snow and a letter to God, but I couldn't find the answer, find the reply of this question. So it's very very important how to compose, how to write question answers, because this is topic number 3, and today we have discussed, but topic number 3 will finish in next class. So 2 topics you have already studied, and you couldn't give any reply about those topics. So I want to tell you, I want to give you advice, a piece of advice. Have to write it and have to discuss it. And now today you will have to write the summary of these 4 lines, fire and ice, and how the poet described it, and how the poet described the thought of the people of the world, and how the world will end one day. Okay, thanks.